What's up guys, Adam Shreddybrek back here, and we're going to be reviewing the Mutant Mass weight gain shake. Bottom line, if you're skinny, want to put weight on quick, Mutant Mass will do the job. Now this is a supplement I tried, probably something about 2 years ago or something now. I did it after a long cut. I'd been cutting down for about 4 months. The pictures I'll put on screen now. You can see what I look like at the end of the cut. But, you know, back then I didn't know enough about cutting down in a proper way to sort of maintain muscle mass, things like that. And I lost a ton of muscle mass. You know, I ended up with a t-shirt on. Most people thought I'd stopped training. Guys from work, things like that, asked, do you still even train? You know, do you even lift bra? So, you know, after me cut, I was like, to be honest, I was not depressed, but, you know, after me cut, I was pissed off. I felt skinny. You know, I felt like one of these skinny teens from the bodybuilding forum. I just felt like that, you know. So I wanted to just put some size on. I wasn't bothered about it being lean muscle, whatever. You know, I just wanted to put size on. I didn't need to be lean muscle. I just wanted size, mass. More for mutants. So, Mutant Mass. Before I get into any sort of in-depth analysis of it, I'm going to sort of just put this up at the start of the review. This will put weight on you. It put 14 pounds on me. You know, in England we go by stone, so put a stone on me. 14 pounds for you Americans out there. In how long? 10 days. Now, you know, young guys watching this, you know, teens watching this, might be thinking, oh, fuck, 14 pounds of muscle in 10 days. Don't get your hopes up. 14 pounds of muscle in 10 days is just fucking stupid. If you think that this supplement, or any supplement, is going to put 14 pounds of muscle on you in 10 days, you're just absolutely off your tits. Believe me. 14 pounds of muscle in a year would be good, never mind 10 friggin' days, you know what I mean? What this did though is put 14 pounds of weight on me in 10 days. Now obviously how much of that was muscle? Probably is not even 0.2 pounds of it, you know. A lot of it would have been fat, a lot of it would have been water weight, because remember, I used this after a cut, so as my food went back up, this was just a good kickstart to get the weight back on me, and it is good for someone who's looking to add mass. It's good for someone who struggles to eat, you know, regular through the day. It's good for someone who just wants to bulk up and they're not bothered about lean muscle tissue. But for someone who does want the lean muscle, then I would not recommend this product whatsoever. However, that being said, I know there's a lot of guys out there who don't want to be lean. You know, they just want to bulk up, they just want to add some size. And this product, for that reason, you know, if you look at it just for add calories to your diet, is perfect. Now, I would recommend something like a weight gainer for guys who either struggle to eat full meals, guys who struggle to put weight on, guys who struggle to get the meals in through the day, so you might have a schedule with school or work, whatever, where you can't eat regular. So for someone who struggles to put weight on and struggles to get the meals in on time, then a weight gain shake such as Mutant Mass would be highly recommended by me. If, on the other hand, you're the type of person who doesn't really struggle to put weight on, then a weight gain shake like this, if you take it on top of what you're already eating, you're going to just blow up and you're going to just end up fat. You know, 1 serving of Mutant Mass, you're looking at over 1,000 calories. Now, 1 serving is 4 scoops. I used to drink it post-workout and I had to fill it up in 2 of these shakers because you're using the scoops are that big, you know, the serving size are that big. You need to use 2 of these to water it down and actually be able to drink it. I would probably recommend having it just 2 scoops rather than the 4 scoops, because the 4 scoops is just, for me, it's just too many calories in one go. Why the hell do you need 1,000 calories in one sitting? Break it down into 2 lots, and for me, it'll last you a little bit longer, whether or not you're having it 1 serving a day, 2 scoops, or if you're having it sort of 2 servings a day, 2 scoops, so 4 in total. I would recommend breaking it down into sort of the 2 scoops as opposed to the 4 scoops. But let's take a look at what the nutritional information on Mutant Mass is. And in 1 serving, you're getting 1,060 calories, 14 grams of fat, 8 grams of which is saturated, carbs 182 grams, sugars 38, protein 52. Now the calories for someone just looking to put size on, like I say, someone just wanting to get those extra calories in them, 1,060 is a solid amount. The amount of fats in there, 14 grams, is pretty good as well. Don't get scared of fats, guys. You need fats even if you're bulking, cutting, whatever. 14 grams is a good amount. The carbohydrates, 182 grams, again, a good amount. The sugars, however, is
not, well, it's high. While I wouldn't say it's very, very extreme high, it is, you know, it's quite high. 38 grams of sugar is quite a high amount of sugars to have. But if you're someone who struggles to put weight on, and if you're having a post-workout, then, you know, by all means, this will help you out. And then the protein, 52 grams, is a hefty amount of protein. Now, the reason I'm recommending to split this down into two is because if you look to the right hand side of the screen, you can see the calories and the nutritional information there, and for me that looks like a better proportion for one meal or for one serving. Why you would need 182 grams of carbs in one go is beyond me. Why you would need 52 grams of protein is beyond me, especially if you're trying to put weight on. You know, you might only weigh 150 pounds, so to have 52 grams of protein in one serving is very high. I would recommend having 2 scoops as one serving, and you can still have your 4 scoops over the course of a day. So whether or not you want to have 2 scoops post-workout, 2 scoops pre-workout, and there's your 4, or, you know, use 2 scoops as a meal replacement and then use 2 scoops post-workout. However you want to do it, it's up to you. If you really want to have the 4 scoops, you can, but I would personally recommend having 2 scoops post-workout and then 2 scoops throughout the day. Now, here's the ingredients. You might want to go and check some out yourself, but from a carb point of view, the carb sources used for this are excellent. You know, you've got waxy maize starch and maltodextrin, considered by practically the entire fitness industry to be the best post-workout carbohydrates to have. Maltodextrin you can have sort of all through the day. Waxy maize starch, maltodextrin, both of which are considered to be very, very good. The protein is coming from whey protein concentrate. It's got protein matrix, which is whey protein concentrate, milk protein concentrate, milk protein isolate, casein protein, whey protein isolate, whey protein hydrolyzate. So you get a good mix, you know, a really, really good mix of different types of proteins there. So the types of proteins being used is very good in my opinion, guys.
Taste wise, for me, absolutely great. You know, I like protein shakes that are sweet. The one I had was like, I think it was like a vanilla flavour, and it tasted absolutely great. It's probably one of the best tasting protein shakes I've ever had. It was very sweet, so for some people they would find it sickly, they might not enjoy it, but for me personally, I loved it. What I started doing as well was actually making it thick, so I was putting in less amounts of water, just to get that sort of the taste even more. The more water you put in, the more diluted it becomes. It doesn't taste as strong. But by adding just a little bit of water, enough so it goes liquidy, you know, for me, I was looking forward to having this every single day just because of, you know, the taste that was in it as well. Now, would I buy this product again? No. Personally, I wouldn't use it again. I used it once before, like I said, it was about 2 years ago. I got the massive bag, you know, it was, I think it was like something, I'm sure it was over a 5 kilogram bag. It was about a month's worth of servings in there, you know, maybe it's just short of that. I can't remember the exact size of it, but the bag was absolutely huge. I personally wouldn't buy it again because the way I eat now, you know, I'm a lot more strict with my diets, I know more about nutrition and things like that, and I don't have the need to have, you know, a drink with so many calories in. I enjoy eating food, I get hungry quite a lot, so I don't find eating, whether I'm putting weight on, cutting down, whatever like that, I'm hungry pretty much all the time, so I can eat every 2.5 hours, every 3 hours, no problem whatsoever. So I don't need a meal replacement shake. However, like I said at the start of the video, if you're the type of person who doesn't like eating, who sits there with, you know, the chicken and the rice, you know, the broccoli, and just struggles to get the calories into you, and you just want a quick fix, then a weight gain shake such as Mutant Mass is definitely, you know, a viable option, and I would definitely recommend it for that reason. However, take a note of the nutritional information, take a good look at the calories. If you're just bothered about putting weight on, regardless of sort of the fat, the muscle, things like that, just have the four scoops in one serving. But if you want to just sort of put weight on at a more controlled pace, if you're calculating your macros and you're sticking to that, then factor this shake into your macros, you know. 4 scoops, which is over 1,000 calories, you know, you've got about 180 something grams of carbs in there. That's something you're going to have to factor in, and it means you can eat less through the day. But for anybody who's just looking to put on bulk, mass, size, and they're not bothered about looking lean, you know, they might just want to look big in a hoodie, a jumper, might be skinny, you might only be 150 pounds, and no matter how much you eat, you're struggling to put weight on, Mutant Mass is definitely for you. If you do start taking it and you find yourself putting too much weight on, you can always scale it back from, you know, the 4 scoops down to the 2 scoops to keep it in line with your macros, to keep it in line with the amount of calories you're having through the day. That's it for today, guys. I hope this video review was giving you a little bit more insight to Mutant Mass. Overall, I would recommend this for someone who's skinny and looking to put weight on. maybe you know, like a young teen where the metabolism's so high they just burn calories up, they can't put weight on no matter what, or someone who just wants to put some size on, someone wants to put some bulk on, and they're not really concerned about if it's going to be lean muscle they're putting on or how much fat they're putting on. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing power training or strength training, something like that, you just need the calories into you. If you're skinny and no matter how much you're eating, you can't put weight on, you need the calories on you just to put some muscle on. And this Mutant Mass is definitely going to help you do that. If you're the type of person who sticks to the macros and they're looking for a supplement to help you put weight on, I wouldn't really recommend this because it means you're going to have to knock your food intake down a lot to make up for the macros from the shakes. So depending on what your goals are will depend on if this product is for you. If you want some ideas on homemade protein shakes, homemade weight gain shakes, then make sure to subscribe to the channel because I've got a couple of videos up. Go and check them back. I'll put links down in the description below. If you know homemade protein shakes, high calorie weight gain shakes that you can make yourself from home. That's it for today, guys. Hope this video has been helpful to you. Until next time, keep clanging and banging.
If you want to take the Mutant Mass challenge, guys, and see how much mass you can add with Mutant Mass, click the link down below to pick up your bag of Mutant Mass, and then leave a video response or leave a comment down below and let me know how much weight you added using a full bag of Mutant Mass.